Breakfast at the beach. Simon Peter's perspective. What a week us disciples of Jesus had had. A wild roller coaster ride. Anarchy. Mad. We'd seen our close friend, who we thought was our king, put to death on a cross. Could anything be worse than watching your dearest friend die? But I was the wretchedest, because I knew I had betrayed him 3 times, had disowned him, had said, "I don't know that man," and now he was dead. But then he came back to life. We all saw the grave clothes, no body, no stone at the door of the grave. Then we saw him, saw Jesus alive. He came to us, spoke with us. I tell you, I've never lived through so much anguish and heartache, and then hope and joy. Now I needed a break. I went back to what I was sure of, my boat. Wood, canvas, nets, no questions, no doubt. No feelings of failure. "I'm off for a fish," I muttered to John. "To escape, I wish." "We'll come too," the others said, glad for a rest, glad to get back to what they knew the best. You win some, you lose some, but that night was bad, the worst night for fishing that we'd ever had, except for one night, 3 long years ago, but all that was buried. Let it stay so. By dawn we'd caught nothing. Was this the end? Couldn't do my old job, couldn't stand by my friend. I looked at the peace and the calm of the waters and longed for a second to end it, like Judas. Then fought to remember exactly what Jesus had said about finding that deep down forgiveness I needed. We heard a man shout through the mist, "Hey lads, what's your catch?" "Nothing," James hissed. "Then throw out your nets to starboard," he shouted. "There's plenty of fish there," I grunted. "I doubt it." But we threw in the nets and could not haul them in, because each of the nets was filled to the brim. John was peering across through the mist to the shore. "Hey Peter," he whispered, "I think it's the Lord." Could have turned my boat round and sailed quickly away. Could have run from this man I'd deserted, betrayed. Could have let my guilt tell me how much I should fear him. But I didn't think. I just had to be near him. I threw on my coat and I plunged in the sea and staggered to where he stood, laughing at me. What we said then was between me and him, but let me tell you, it was well worth the swim. He'd built a small fire, and we smelt some fresh bread. "Well, bring me a few of those fish, lads," he said. He took them and cooked them right there on the sands, and he shared our food with his own wounded hands. And after we'd eaten our best meal to date, he looked in my eyes and asked me quite straight, "Simon, John's son, do you love me more than the others do?" It was then that I saw I had to make up for the hash that I'd made. "Yes, Lord, you know I do," was what I said. "Simon, John's son, do you love me?" he asked. I swallowed. The words that I'd said in the past, "I don't know this man," echoed round in my head. "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you," I said. He asked me a 3rd time, still used my old name. "Simon, John's son, do you love me?" My pain welled up from inside me. I shouted, "Oh Lord, you know everything. No, I'm guilty, a fraud, a wreck of a man, but the truth still came through. You know everything, and you know I love you. Only then, at the third time, then could I see, like sight after blindness, how much he loved me. And he talked for a bit, while my guilt disappeared. I felt his power in me. My conscience was cleared. I was even more ready than 3 years ago, when he said, "Follow me," with my whole heart to go. In his strength, not mine, it would be till the end of my life, and I'd die for my Saviour and friend.